Hello. Sorry about that. I've got to be quiet. The wife's in bed. I've managed to fix, since my previous follow-up, I've managed to fix Xara Web Designer 12. So this is my final thoughts on it. We're going to actually go live and have a look at some stuff. So far, it's middle of the road. We're going to actually start it up now. The way I got it to start up, it was failing earlier. It's up now. The way I actually fixed it was to right click on it, run as administrator, let it do a whole bunch of stuff, and then exit, and now it launches again. So we'll see. So Xara Web Designer, see, this is quite slow. It's quite hard work working with this. Do we want to update it now? Get the latest fixes and improvements. Show the data it's going to send. So it's looking at my screens, you see. My RAM, my system, my processors. It's actually gathering stuff I don't want it to have. So this is coming from their server. Let's see how quick they are. I'm on 200 megabit download from my cable provider. So we'll see what it says. It's all very quick, this is it. And this is what's going to worry me about when we start looking at the hosting. So let me just recap, so no one's missed it. Computer Shopper Best Buy. There's a little asterisk. This is September's 2015 review. It says in the rear, press comment refers to the previous version of Xara Web Designer, version 11. This is version 12. So, yeah. Packaging wise, there's just a CD in there. There's nothing any useful. It took a fair amount of time to load. You can go and look at my live unboxing installation. This is taking an amount of time too. I've not actually looked at the resources it takes up. So it's taking about 128 megabytes of RAM, which is not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Performance-wise, it is actually quite snappy. This is a Core i7 8-core machine. It's okay, I mean, it's fine. Can I actually do anything while it's doing? I can't actually do anything while it's downloading the update, which is a shame. I'll have to fast forward this section of the video, so I'll get to play with the YouTube editing tools for the first time in a while. So let's have a look. In fact, just to let you in on the secret, to edit this video, I might re-download it and have a look and try Magix Easy Video Creator. I've got this to try, and I may give it some music with the Magix Easy Music Creator. Now, these are, I presume, a whole set. So Magix are clearly pushing their stuff. Excuse me. So yeah, Magix Easy Video Creator 6 HD to high definition. Let's just read this while that's busy. 53%. Xara Web Designer enables you to present yourself for your projects, your ideas exactly the way you want. Create your own website in no time at all and take advantage of 100% design freedom. No programming experience required. That's pretty true. This you'll see here is one of my test websites. And what I was trying to do was just lay something out and click on the boxes. The problem I had was, I don't know if you can actually see it on the video, but there's actually a page. It runs here to there. Fixing it to portrait or landscape and only fit part of the screen. It's a web page. It's not Word. You're not writing out a document to fit on a page. You're writing out a web page to scale up to the whole page most of the time. So to want that, I wanted to edit this background area, but I couldn't edit that. Just didn't like it. So we'll see, but this might be a whole new version for all I'm aware. This 30 megabytes is taking an awful long time to download. Ooh, excuse me, it's quarter to midnight, I'm very tired. So the pieces I didn't get were, I was playing with the idea stuff. I didn't get to publish directly online, nor did I get to edit online. They're the two bits I like to look at. And I'm also going to hopefully look at saving stuff out. On the back, there is a few things in the highlights that bug me. Extensions for Facebook, YouTube, and Google Maps. Yeah, they are the extensions written by Google, and Facebook. So, what's the point? I mean, you can embed a YouTube channel video anywhere with a link given to you by YouTube. So you don't need an API. The one thing I will say though was I could actually get an MP4 video, embed it in a page, and get it to play seamlessly without problem. I didn't know what player it was using. I think it was the one it was doing. So there we go. Updates immediately. Yes, I wish to update. Starting installation. Do to click cancel. Next. You're ready to install. Yeah. So we'll see what this is doing now. So this is how achingly slow the CD-ROM installation was as well. It certainly didn't go that quickly. Installation incomplete. Let's finish. Right, let's open it up. Previous attempt to restore documents in the startup resulted in a serious error. Please use File, open recent back options to restore the individuals instead. Okay. So has that killed my project? Yep, my project's gone. That's a bit of a shame. Let's try here. Now it's just the output text. So let's open that up. This is an output. So we'll open it with Chrome and I'll drag it into view. So this is an output from their editor. So it's given us all the stuff, the pictures, all the elements, all the bits and bobs here. We've got all this stuff's there. We've got the menus, all this JavaScript stuff, everything all in place. Okay, so index HTML file, probably not the most elegant of folder name, but it's fine. It's all separated out nicely. Let's actually look at the code. So this is the code, the kind of code you get. Each item is, this is the head item. It's indented by 2 spaces. It is actually quite hierarchically done. It's quite well done. A lot of this is all about the transformation of the WebKit stuff. It's all standard stuff, and I'd perhaps have liked some of this in a style sheet. For ease, it would have been. I suppose this allows you to directly edit inline because all the stuff's there. You don't need to worry about loading another file. But that's that. So let's actually go back to the application. So yeah, I mean the examples work fine. So we go back to the application. We're stuck. We can't actually do anything. So new thing. We'll put some text in here. We fill color red. We are the YouTube army. Okay, so we'll select that and we'll make it bigger. And it's just a test page. That's all we need to worry about. So, save. Save it as new folder, video example. Save it as 1. So let's have a look in that video example folder. And this is what you get, this web file. So, it's odd. So let's export it. You export to the same folder. Export. Exporting as a JPEG. I want to save the whole page. Export. No, I don't want to export. So export website. Export website. Export it to there. There's the index, and so the same thing we've got. I'm not even sure what some of these are. Starting GIMP. I need to intend to start GIMP. Blank white. I'm not even sure what that is. So it's breaking things down itself. These are all about unknown things, some animation and stuff. So let's go back. So we are the YouTube army. So that's how it looks when it comes out on a page. So these files, these web files, I mean, what's actually in them? Go away, Mr. Kim. Close. Close. Open. I just can't open it. So let's open. Notepad++, and let's drop this web folder in. So that is a binary file. It's their own format, I assume. So it's a bit of a shame. You've got to hope. I suppose, that these stay in vogue fashion. So yeah, you've got the raw and exported file. You've got the exported thing. Let's actually try and publish this somewhere now. Publish website. You can publish your Xara hosting for free, and you'll probably already have a Xara account, in which case no additional registration is required. I forgot my password. No? So it doesn't remember my logging into the Xara account. Let's go to their actual website and try and recover my account, because I'm pretty sure that first one was. Register and sign in. Forgot my password. Email address. Thank you. Your password's there. So I pretty much thought that was right. Let me just have a look for it. So many emails. So Xara, get your access. It came fairly quickly. No hint was entered. Here is the hint you've entered for your password. In case you don't enter a password hint, still can't remember the password. You have the observation experiencing the password. Yes. Password. Let's do it this way. Never, never, never. Okay. So, folks, let's go back in here. Publish website. Zealous.hotmail.co.uk. Okay. So I have a website at imul6.xara.hosting. And I'll put it in a subfolder of example 1. Publish. Okay, there's already an FTP upload in progress. So there's no, there it is, up there, off the screen. Okay, so it's just sending the files up. So that will be fine. Para hosting. So let's click on it. There it is. So I'll link that in the show notes below, folks. It is as simple as that. Now, I do not know what or how long this provides that free hosting for. So edit online is also not obvious. Okay. So yeah, we've got advanced image editing. They are pretty rudimentary tools for the images. There's nothing, I mean, you can pick the colour and things, you can pick the cross-hatching, you can fill an area, we can put shapes in. So that was a fade, it's done there. You've got text, you've got transparency, so I can put in a nice fade. There's some nice little bits there. There's all this sort of move things around. There's some other shapes, move shape. So put a shadow. That's the shadow of that shape and a shadow of this shape. And you can put them directly in without. I mean, I do that with GIMP all the time, but it's useful to do it this way. I think there are some potential of putting a few bits and bobs together that work quite well. I'll actually save that and I will publish that as well. As example, to publish. Publishing to Xara, uploading. Okay, there you go. And it's as simple as that up there, really. That is quite nice that it handles the FTP for you there for that. It is their hosting. I have no idea what it's about. So IMOOL6.Xara.hosting / example 2. So this has come out as IMOOL6. So that's Indigo Michael Oscar Lima 6. So there you go. Let's refresh this. There's 2. There's version 2. That's straight up on the screen. I actually could have use of that now. That makes sense. It's not the greatest things. I mean, you can, to these things you can add the transparency symbol there. For a beginner, this is really good stuff. You can drag and drop, you can do all bits and bobs, you can add your text in, add your pictures in, add video in, you know. Is this worthy of high praise? Probably not. Excuse me. It's not worth 5 stars. There's a few little things like, you know, the press release thing, blowing their own horn for it. It just because it is the best-selling one doesn't actually mean it's the best one anyway, does it? Let's face it. That's not a test of reality. So having Computer Buyer best or Computer Shopper or the Best Buy is a little misleading. Plus, it's for the previous version. Supported formats are all fine. I didn't see a problem with anything. I mean, I was using MP4 and MPEG-4. MP4 wasn't happy, I'll tell you that much, so you have to watch out. Windows Vista 7, 8 and 10, it's no big deal at all. It says digital manual PDF. Now, I've not actually looked at that because they said everything was online. But anyway, that was the other thing. Affiliate program. The affiliate program is built in so that you could put a website together, publish it on their hosting, and anyone that visits it, you get a cut of the, sorry, a template. If you create a template for a website for use on their site through all these things, then you get a cut of everyone's usage of it. So that was interesting, but I haven't found those yet actually. So web animation. So these are something you'd have to play. Would I recommend this? For a beginner, I would. I mean, I would sit down, obviously, and write my own HTML, write my own CSS. If you're not into that, this is a good way to go. And in fact, this might be a pretty good way of getting those files in hand and then going through them and tidying them up and understanding them. It didn't break down all the styles into CSS files, so the true purist techie amongst us like myself would not be quite as happy with that, as you could be. But the rest of it's fine. It works really well. 35 pre-built website templates. I've not found them. This is the folder it comes in. It's inside the actual templates, English. So there's only these 3. I've only found the blank photo and 3 different sizes. I've not found those 35 pre-built templates. And it says over 500 templates and design elements. Not found them either. I don't know where they are. Unless they're contributed to and I need to download them and I haven't looked. There's clip art, there's a dictionary, there's some nice fills and filters. It does work. It does work okay. Would I say it's perfect? No. It loses a star for this false advertising on the front. It loses the same star, so we're going from a 5 to a 4. Because for most of today, it wouldn't start. Either a web snafu or, in fact, that's a good question. If I disconnect this from the internet, if I actually physically turn off my network, which I can't do because I've cut off the stream, that's a challenge. I have to think about that. I may give it a whirl and feed it back directly on the Amazon site, but right now, this is a solid 4 out of 5. It's not the best. It's certainly not the worst. I'm probably a bit too tired to be as enthused as I should be about it. But yeah, it does work. It is okay. It is okay. It's good enough. It's certainly good enough to get you going. Not sure about the update guarantee for at least a year stuff. It's on all their products, but if I'm spending money, I want it to work for more than a year. I want to work on this and use it instead of using it. It is quite a pretty interface. You can see the whole thing here. It fits on my screen pretty well. Technical niggles, it's fitting this to a page, not fitting the whole screen. It wasn't quick and isn't easy to get to grips with. The only real on-screen tutorial on how to get to grips with it was from those tutorial web pages. So this page here, this is the actual tutorial example that I've exported. So, it comes with the different page bits and bobs, drop-down menus, some nice effects with the actual content. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. It's not the best, but it's certainly a long, long way from being the worst. You can't sort of put a price on that entry to the web, but this is a good start. 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5, definitely.